Hello friends, today we are back with a full body workout with a little bit of mobility added into this class as well. So I'm going to start with a little bit of single leg footwork. So I've got on one heavy, one medium spring, which for me is one red, one green. You can also add a light spring, which would be a yellow spring if you want it a little bit heavier. And we are going to start laying down. I'm just going to bring my headrest up. All right, once we're down on our back, let's bring both of our tippy toes onto that foot bar, hip distance apart. I'm just going to start by pressing that carriage all the way out so our legs are straight. We're going to lower both heels under the foot bar, lifting both heels all the way up onto those tippy toes. Lower the heels and lift the heels. So we are on quite a light spring here, just warming up from our feet. Working those calves and ankles. Take your time here. Dropping as low underneath the foot bar as you can, feeling that nice stretch in the calves. And then pressing through the balls of the feet to lift back up. Make sure you're pressing through all 10 toes evenly here. Sometimes we like to roll in or out with our feet. Make sure our feet are directly parallel, toes pointing up to the sky. Let's go for 5 more like this. 3, 2, and 1. Let's pick up the pace now. 1 second to lower, 1 second to lift. Nice and fast for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming all the way in. Let's keep our left toes on the foot bar, right leg into tabletop, pressing that carriage all the way out, resisting the springs to come in. Exhale as you press. Inhale as you return that carriage. Keeping the heel of the left foot as lifted as you can. Keeping both sit bones nice and heavy on that carriage. Tailbone is nice and heavy. We're going to start to add on as you press out. You're going to straighten your right leg up to the sky as straight as you can get that leg, and then bending both legs back in. Extend both legs and then bend back in. Focus on getting that right leg as straight as you can. Feeling the front of the leg working. You might feel a nice stretch down the back of that right leg. Let's go here for another 5. Last 2. And last 1. Come into halfway with that carriage. We're just going to keep extending and then bending that right leg, keeping the carriage as still as you can. Isometrically working that left leg now, keeping the heel nice and high of that left leg. Here for 4. 3, 2, hold that leg straight. Let's pulse the carriage out a few inches, in a few inches. Keep that right leg as straight as you can. as close to you as you can. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, pressing all the way out, and then coming all the way in. Let's go straight to the other side. So right toes on the foot bar, left leg in tabletop now. Just start with those press outs, keeping the right heel lifted. Exhale to press. On this next one, we can start to add that extension of the left leg. So as you press out, extending that left leg to the sky, bend it back to tabletop as you come in. Working through the front of that left leg. Again, pressing evenly through all of your toes that are on the foot bar. Really getting that left leg as straight as you can each time you extend. Don't let those hips become uneven here. Keeping both hips heavy on the carriage. Let's go here for 5. Last 3, 2. On this next one, you're going to come in halfway with that carriage. Hold it still. Just keep working through the leg. Extend that left leg long. And then bending it back down. Keep the heel of that right foot lifted. Breathing. We're here for 4, 3, 2. Keep that left leg straight. Little pulses with the carriage. Out a few inches, in a few inches. Slow and controlled. Here for 4, 3, 2. Pressing all the way out. And then bring everything in. All right. Let's bring that left heel onto the foot bar now. Right leg is going to be extended over top of the foot bar. As you press out, you're going to kick that right leg up to the sky. Lower it over the foot bar as you come in. Strong press through that left heel now. Keeping that right leg as straight as you can. Exhale to press. Let's go for 5. 3, 2. Hold that carriage out, hold that right leg to the sky. You're now going to drop it out to the side slightly. Big leg circle to the foot bar and then kick back up to the ceiling. Keeping the hips and the pelvis nice and stable. Right leg is as straight as it can be here. Let's reverse direction, lower that right leg down, then out to the side, up to the ceiling. Last 2. Last 1. Keep that right leg to the sky, bring the carriage into halfway. Pulsing through that left leg here. Make those pulses nice and big. Keep that right leg straight. I know the front of the leg is hurting. It's really working to keep that leg straight. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, pressing all the way out. Bend that right knee, hug the knee to your chest. And then bring that carriage all the way in. Let's go straight to the other side. So right heel on, left leg extended over top of the foot bar. Kick that left leg to the sky as you press out. Lower it over the foot bar as you come in. Left leg is as straight as it can be. Strong press through that right heel. Working through those hip flexors as well, that hip flexor of the leg that's lowering and lifting. Here for 5. Last 3, 2. Press all the way out. We're going into those circles. So that left leg is straight up to the sky. You're going to open it out to the side. Sweep down to the foot bar. Kick back up to the ceiling. Keep going like this. Hips and pelvis are staying nice and steady and stable. On this next one, let's reverse direction. Lower that leg down first. Out to the side, back up to the ceiling. Beautiful work. Going for 3, 2. This next one, we're keeping that left leg up to the sky. Bring the carriage into halfway, little pulses. Oh, sorry, big pulses, more like. Keep the tailbone heavy on the carriage. Keep that left leg straight. Strong press through that right heel. For 5, 3, 2, press all the way out. Hug that knee into your chest. And then bring it all the way back in. Good work, guys. Drop those knees from side to side a few times. Just releasing through the front of the hips. And then I'm going to drop my headrest down. I'm going to go for a little bit of bridging here. So headrest down. I'm keeping my red and green spring on. Just starting with our roll up bridges here. So arms nice and long by your side. Let's bring our heels onto the foot bar. Then we're going to slowly peel that spine up off of the carriage. One vertebrae at a time, lengthening through the front of the hips at the top. And then lowering it down. One vertebrae at a time. Go again. Tuck the tailbone under. Lift the lower back, the middle of the back. As high as you can, not letting those ribs flare. And then lower it on the reverse. Middle back. Lower back, and then your tailbone. Good. Think about shooting your knees over top of that foot bar to keep the carriage nice and still. Just warming up the glutes and the spine a little bit. Take your time. Exhale as you roll up. Inhale at the top, and then exhale as you roll down slow. Alright, on this next one we're going to roll up and hold it at the top. We're going to drop our bottom halfway down with a neutral spine, so let your bottom relax as you come halfway down with the hips. Tuck the tailbone, scoop through the belly as you lift all the way up to the top. Drop down to halfway, let the bottom relax. Neutral spine, tucking under, squeeze the glutes to lift. If you need an extra challenge, you can also have your arms up to the sky. That takes the stability that you were getting from the arms being down out of the movement. Let's go for 5. Last 3. Tuck to lift for 2. On this next one, hold those hips nice and high. We're now going to drop down an inch, up an inch. Really small. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Lift up as high as you can. Hold the squeeze. And then rolling down one vertebrae at a time. Beautiful work. Hug those knees into your chest. We're going to now go for a single leg bridge in like a little figure 4 position. If your hips are really tight and this doesn't work for you, that's okay. Just keep your free leg in tabletop position. Otherwise, we're going to cross the ankle of the right leg over top of the left knee. So like you're in your figure 4 glute stretch, you should feel a nice stretch in the right glute here. When you're ready, hands come down by your side. We're going to do our roll up bridge again. So tuck the tailbone under, rolling up, keeping that right knee dropped out to the side. So we're in external rotation with that right leg. And then lower all the way down nice and slow. Find a neutral spine at the bottom, so you're getting that stretch in the right glute. Again, tuck the tailbone under. Rolling up, keeping that right knee dropped out to the side. And then rolling all the way down. Relaxing at the bottom. Take your time with this. I know it can be a little bit of a challenging movement. You should feel your hips really trying to stabilize here. Keep actively dropping that right knee out to the side, so you're still actually working that right glute in this external position. We're just going for a few more here. If this is too challenging, just bring that right leg into tabletop. Take one more like this. Hold it at the top once you're there. Squeeze the glutes. Open that right knee out for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Find that neutral spine. Then you can hug that right leg a little bit closer for a deeper glute stretch. Just taking a little sway from side to side to release that hip even deeper. All right, we're gonna get ready to do the other side. So let's bring that right heel onto the foot bar. Make sure the heel's in line with the hip. Then we're gonna cross that left ankle over the right knee. Really think about dropping that left knee out to the side. Hold that glute stretch for a moment to start. And then when you're ready, arms long by your side, tucking through the tailbone, peeling that spine up. Nice and slowly, really dropping that left knee out to the side. And then rolling all the way back down. Slow and controlled. My external rotation on this side is a lot more challenging in my hip, so I can't drop my knee as far out to the side. That's okay, that's why we're doing this. Again, you should feel that left glute really squeeze when you lift, trying to drive that knee out. Lower it down with control. Find a neutral spine at the bottom for the lengthening of that hip. We'll go for a few more like this. Good, this is our last one here. We're gonna hold it at the top. Really holding the squeeze as high as you can for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down with control. And then relax into that hip stretch. Again, you can hug that leg a little bit closer to you if you need. Take a little sway from side to side. All right, we're gonna release out of that and come all the way up to change our springs. All right, so I'm gonna drop down to just a medium spring, which is a green spring for me. I'm gonna hang up my front strap here. I'm gonna head into some arm work. I'm gonna be in this mermaid type position with my left shin up against the shoulder rest and my other knee bent in front of me. If your hips don't like this position, you can just sit cross-legged, or you can also be on your knees. All right, grabbing that front strap with the inside hand. I'm just gonna go for an overhead press. So palm facing in, shoulders drop down and back. Let's take that overhead press and then lower with control. I just brought my right hand onto my hip so it felt natural. If you need a little bit heavier as well, you can go for a green or a medium on the high hook if your machine does that. Or you can go for a medium and a light. Got a few things to add on here. Exhale to press, keep that arm as narrow by your side as you can. Keep sitting up nice and tall. Even weight on both sit bones. We're going to start to add on. So on this next overhead press, we're going to add in a side lean. So you press overhead, and as you press, lean your body over to the foot bar. Come back to center with the body as you lower the arm down. Try and make it one nice flowing motion. Making sure that your chest is going directly over to the side. You stay looking forward. Often our chest wants to rotate down to the springs, but we want to make sure our chest stays facing forward, nice and straight and tall through the spine. We're going to add on, so next time you're back in center, we're going to take a little crossbody punch with that strap. So punching that left arm across the body, twisting through the spine. Come back to center, overhead press as you lean through the body. Crossbody punch as you twist. And overhead press as you lean. Slow and controlled. Make sure you're not getting any slack on that rope. Let's take one more overhead press. And then we're just going to stick with those punches, twisting through the chest as you punch across the body. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, I'm going to pass that short loop into my outside hand now. We're going to go for our draw the sword, so chest is facing forward, leading with that elbow nice and high, and then straighten that arm all the way out on the diagonal. Exhale, lift with the elbow, extend, palm will face forward at the top, and then lower down with control. Make sure you're leading with the elbow first, and think about lifting up nice and high to the corner of the room without those shoulders hiking up to the ears. We're going to start to add in a little bit more rotation again. So next time you bend your arm back down to your starting position, let your body twist toward the back of your reformer. Come back to center, lead with the elbow, extend it long. Lower down, rotate to the back of your reformer with the chest. Lifting up high. Good. So again, working a little bit of a spine twist here, whilst also working that right arm nice and hard. If the straight arm doesn't feel good for you, you can also just keep it at the elbow. Hold it out there for 3, 2, and 1. Release it down. Grab onto that short loop with the inside hand again. Go for a little bit more oblique work. So I'm going to bring my fingers together in front of the chest. Make sure you just got a soft bend through the elbows. You don't want your hands close to your chest. We're going to rotate all the way to the back of the reformer. Exhale as we rotate all the way to the foot bar. Slow and controlled. Toe through the spine. And the twist is coming from the body, the obliques here. Make sure that you're not just pulling with the arms. Your arms are staying nice and still. Hands are always in front of the chest. Using that exhale breath. Pulling that belly to spine. Go for 3 more. On this last one, we're going to hold the twist to the foot bar. Hold it there. Keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release it down. Hang that strap back up, or you can drop it. We're going to go for some mermaid stretches here. So placing that right hand to the center of the foot bar. We're going to press ourselves out as we lean that left arm overhead. Keeping both sit bones nice and heavy here. And then bring that carriage back in as you lower the left arm down. Exhale, press and reach, lifting up through the bottom ribs. Think about really trying to get the stretch through your top ribs here. Reaching as long as you can with that left arm. And then lowering back down. We're going to add a little circle into this. So press out, reach overhead, and then you're going to turn your chest down to the springs as you circle that left arm down in front of the reformer. Round through the spine, bring that carriage back into the stopper. Overhead lean. Twisting the chest down, sweep the arm forward, rounding through the spine, come all the way in. Let's go for 2 more. One more. And coming all the way in. All right, I'm going to stick with that green spring. I'm going to turn to face the back of the reformer. All right, we're facing the back of the reformer now. I'm just in a kneeling position. You can be straddling your reformer in a squat if you want a little bit more legs. I'm going to grab onto our straps, crossing them over. Grab up a little bit higher on those ropes. I'm just going to start with our nice high row here. So both elbows come nice and high. Squeeze the shoulder blades together at the back. Keeping that body up nice and tall. Core is pulled in. If you need a little bit more resistance, grab up a little bit higher on the ropes. Keep that eye gaze looking directly forward. And as you squeeze those shoulder blades together, think about opening the chest. We're going to add a little bit of spinal flexion into this. So as you release your arms forward, look down at your carriage, letting those shoulder blades come apart from each other. Sitting back up nice and tall as you take your row. Rounding out through the spine, let those arms go nice and long. Coming back up tall, squeeze the shoulder blades together at the back. Think about collapsing through the belly as you release those arms forward. Squeezing at the back. We're getting nice full range here. Really good for posture. Let's go for 4 more. Last 2. On this next one, hold it. Hold the squeeze of the shoulder blades. Little pulses, out a few inches, in a few inches. Keep those elbows high. Keep the body up nice and tall. For 3, 2, and 1. Release it forward. Uncross those straps. Hang them back up on those pegs. I'm just going to bring one foot to either side of the reformer. Opposite hand to the outside of the shoulder block, opposite shoulder block. Reach that hand behind, little press out. Take a little twist through the spine, keeping the chest up nice and tall. Coming back to center, bring both hands to the outsides of that foot bar. And you can use your feet to slowly walk that carriage out, looking back, opening through the chest, the front of the shoulders. Coming in, let's do our twist to the other side. Bring the right hand to the outside of that left shoulder block, the left hand behind you. And releasing. I'm going to grab a quick drink and then I'll see you for the other side. Alright guys, we are back. So we're going to sit in a stag position facing the back now. So this time my left leg is forward, right shin is up against the shoulder blocks. If this doesn't work, sit in that cross-legged position or on your knees and keeping that green spring on, 1 medium. Let's start with our overhead press here. So I'm bringing my left hand on my hip. Exhale as you press that right arm overhead, nice and narrow by your body, and then lower with control. Palm is facing you. Keeping those shoulders drop down and back. We're going to start adding that overhead lean, or that lean with the body. So as you press overhead, leaning your body over to the foot bar, return back to center as you blend that arm in by your side. Exhale, press and lean with the body, low with control. Again, make sure that body isn't leaning forward. We're going directly over to the side here. Making it one nice flowing motion. Alright, we're adding back on. So next time that right hand is bent in by your side, take your crossbody punch, twisting your chest to the foot bar. Bring the body back to center for your overhead press and lean. Crossbody punch, rotate with the torso, overhead press and lean. And one more like this, and then we'll just stick with those crossbody punches. Punching out in front, rotate the chest to the foot bar. Keep going here. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release it down. Hand that short loop into your outside hand now. Right hand is on the hip. Let's go for our draw the sword. So you're leading with the elbow up and out on the diagonal. Keeping the body facing forward to start. Keep the shoulders dropped down and back. Again, if the straight arm doesn't work for you, just lead with the elbow only. So stopping once that elbow gets nice and high. Let's start to add that rotation. So next time your arm comes down to that starting position, let your arm go straight as you rotate your chest to the back of your reformer. And then exhale, bring that body back to center as you go into another draw the sword. So just adding back in that spine twist. Keeping the chest up tall. Let's go for 3 more. Last 2. On this next one, hold it out there. Just for 3. Drop the shoulders down. And 1, releasing down. Alright, grabbing onto the short loop with that inside hand again. We're going to now bring our fingers together in front of the chest. Nice rounded shape through the arms. Let's rotate the body all the way to the back of the reformer. Exhale, rotate all the way to the foot bar. Keeping those hands directly in front of the chest. Body is up nice and tall, even weight on both sit bones. Getting full range here. Let's go for 3 more. That's 2. On this last one, we're going to hold it. Hold that twist to the foot bar for 3. Shoulders are dropped down, 2. And 1, release it forward. Hang that strap back up, or you can drop it off. Then we're going to go into our mermaid stretches here. So we're going to bring that left hand to the center of the foot bar, reach that right arm overhead as you press yourself out, finding that lovely side bend. Bringing that carriage in, releasing the right arm down. Lifting up through the bottom ribs as you create length through the top ribs. Let's hold on that circle. So we're going to lean all the way over to the side for that lovely stretch. Turn the chest down to the springs. Big circle with that right arm down in front of the reformer. Rounding through the spine to come all the way in. Exhale, reach. Feel that nice stretch. Rotate the chest down. Sweeping that right arm down, coming all the way in. Let's do 2 more. And then coming all the way in. Let's just finish with a little child's pose stretch here. So bringing both knees onto your carriage facing the foot bar now. You can have your hands on the foot bar or you can have it on the platform. I'm going to bring my feet up against the shoulder blocks, dropping the chest low, lifting the tailbone. Nice straight arms here, dropping that chest as low as you can. And then round up, scoop through the belly, rounding through the spine to come all the way back into the stopper. Again, tailbone goes nice and high, drop the chest low. Scooping through the belly, lifting all the way up to come in. And that is us all done, guys. I hope you had a great session and I will see you in the next one.